Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. If you're new here, we're building a free game collection. Welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for joining me again. Thank you. Really glad that you keep coming back and joining me. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to start just by really quickly saying that this week I'm going to do something ever so slightly different. Next week, I'm not around, basically. I'm not in the country, so I can't go do my hunting because I'm not in the country. And I've been thinking of what I could do. This week has actually sort of presented an opportunity to me, which I'm going to take. So I'm slightly conscious that some of my videos are a bit longer than I'd like them to be. I'd love them to just be 15 minutes, sort of max sort of time. I've got a reasonable amount here, but there's two items that I could talk about quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two of them, just set them to the side, and I'm definitely going to cover those in a separate episode, the next one, and that'll fill that gap. And I've got plenty here to discuss for this one as well, so I'm just going to split it out slightly, so just so you know, just to be open and honest and transparent. But I've got plenty here this week, so let's crack on. So I've got some cash converters, I've got some charity shop, and I've got some Carboot. Carboot was on again this week, which is nice. So I'll start with cash converter. The sale's gone, unfortunately. Sale's gone. We took full advantage of it though, full advantage. Hopefully it comes back, but I did get two. So first one I got, Sniper Ghost Warrior. I need it quite frankly. I thought I had it. I get it confused with the Sniper Elite games. I've seen this a few times and thought I had it. Turns out I don't. So this was 99 pence. So I've purchased this hoping to keep hold of it. Well, I just will, for the 360 collection. Because as you know, I love 360 and I want as many as I can. So that was purchased to stay. This one was also purchased to stay. It is, what is it? It is IL-2 Stomovic. Sorry if I butchered that. Birds of Prey. I don't recognise it. I bought the box is battered. Look at that. 99 pence. I bought it because I thought I needed it. Got home. Turns out I've already got it. And it's a bit of a loss because CX only gave me about 70 pence for it. Couple p more, just over £1 in voucher. But 99p spent. So yeah, bit of an odd one on that one. I sort of failed that one. But yeah, £2 there from Cash Converters. So then next was the RSPCA, so a little charity shop pickup. I've got two, so I'm happy with both of these. So Ratatouille on the Xbox 360. This goes for a couple quid. However, this one, the cover, the disc is lovely. Disc is absolute lovely condition. Sorry, these were 50 pence for this one. The case, I think, is a reprint. Not only that, can you remember, if you've been around long enough, CEX used to do reprinted covers and they never made it obvious. You know, now you get the little black thing in the corner. They used to just do reprints. This has been at CEX at some point in time, and I took a sticker off just before because it was half off anyway, and it's been there for a very long time. I think this is one of the original CEX reprints, because then what they started to do was they printed CEX on the inside. Then they started to make it really obvious on the front. I think this was one back in the day where they just reprinted it and bit naughty, bit cheeky, seeing if you could get away with it. So I'm going to take that in, see what happens with that one. I'm not quite sure what they'll do on the... It's definitely reprinted. It is a decent reprint. It's just when you compare it to, say, my own copy, you can tell it's a reprint. So got that one, 50 pence. And also for 50p, Blood Omen 2 on the PS2. I was really happy to see this. The Legacy of Kain series. So this is from the Soul Reaver on the PS1. I've not played this one and I don't have it in my collection. 50p. So I'm definitely going to be keeping hold of this one. I'd love to talk about it, but I've never played it. I don't know much about it. I was just really happy. Lovely condition disc. Got a booklet. Yeah, 50 pence. Really, I'm gonna have a go at it. I remember his sword, because I think Kain was the bad guy, the baddie in Soul Reaver, if I remember correctly. He played it for a good few years, but it's definitely part of the same series or a spin-off or something. It's Blood Omen. I'm not sure what I'm talking about, but I'm really happy to have it. So yeah, £1 for those two. So then the Carboot. So we'll stick with the game still from the Carboot. First one. On the original Xbox, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. You can see 50 pence. Someone was very prepared for the Carboot this week. It's in good condition. Doesn't have a booklet, but the disc, if I remember correctly, yeah, disc is lovely. Yeah, get £1.50 for it. I think it is cash. Couple bit more obviously for voucher, but 50 pence for that. Then, so I had to write these on the back just so I can remember as soon as I got home. So I paid £1.50 for these two. They wanted £1 each, got £1.50 for them. And it's Sonic, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. You see this quite a bit, you get a couple of quid for it. I've got it already. I think, I can't remember, I must have played it. I remember playing the winter version, I love the winter version. So yeah, that'll be looking to go. And the same, The Sims 3. Another good game. This is in great condition. Really good. Already got it. I'll just be looking to make a bit of money, make a bit of voucher off them ones. So yeah, £1.50 for those two. Really happy with that. So next, I was really happy with these. So these were £3 for these two. I'm about to show you. They wanted £2 each. Got two for £3. So the first one, Fable 2 Game of the Year edition. I don't have this. I didn't know I didn't have it when I picked it up. It goes for a good couple of quid more than the standard version, which I do have. Yeah, Game of the Year edition, more quests, more locations, more choices. So it looks like it's got a bit of DLC with it. It's in lovely condition. Booklet's lovely. Yeah, so I bought this with the intention of just vlogging it on, making money as we do. But I think now, might need to try keep hold of that one. So that was looking good. I'm really happy with that. And this one, Call of Duty 2. So we had Call of Duty 3 the other day on the 360. Now I've got Call of Duty 2. This is the last one I believe I need to complete the Call of Duties on the Xbox 360. This one is so old. Again, it's been our lovely CX at some point. So old. There's nothing left on the front. Absolutely smooth. There's no info, so God knows when this left. I don't know how old this game is, to be honest with you. Quick look on the back, see if I can find anything. 2005 it looks like. So yeah, so £3 for those two. I'll be looking to keep hold of them. There's a few things I'm looking to keep hold of. So yeah, so that's it. So that's it for the games. But then what we also got was £3 for this PS2 controller. Just before I picked this up, there was a guy and he had loads. He had buckets of PS2, PS3, 360, some PS1s, I think, loads of controllers, but all, honestly, 50, 60 controllers, all of them felt. There was something wrong with all of them, I feel. He's obviously bought them broken and just flogging them on. He only wanted £4 or £5 for them, but I knew they weren't going to work. But this wasn't off him, I'm just mentioning that. This was off another guy. £3, PS2, lovely condition, feels really nice. I haven't tested it, to be completely honest, just yet, but I've got no reservations that this will work. It won't work. Yeah, £3. So get a couple of quid back off that, so that's great. Don't need that one, that'll be looking to go. So then, this one, Xbox 360 controller, paid £2 for this. Made a bit of a mistake, I didn't notice, £2, but there's no back and it's been opened. So I'm not going to be trading this one in. It does work though, I've tested this one works absolutely fine. However, do you remember we bought that big box of stuff from that guy a couple of weeks ago? And I mentioned there was a black 360 battery pack in there. So we're just going to stick that on there. And there we go. So this is why we pick up wires and all the accessories and that, because they keep coming in handy, don't they? Keep coming in handy. So yeah, so I've got a black 360, which I'm probably going to keep by default, or just put to the side, maybe sell the console later down the line. £2 for that. But yes, it's been opened. Works fine, but it can't go to CEX for that reason. So we're going to keep in hold of that one. We definitely will be. That being said, this one was £3. Works perfectly. Fantastic condition. Not been opened. I got lucky with this one because the car boot was very muddy and there was a poor gentleman who was right on the corner, and where all the cars had gone, they just churned up everything in front. You couldn't get to the guy without risking falling flat on your face. Got to him, he had loads of nice stuff, and this was just sitting there much later on in the car boot, but I think it had just been left because no one was prepared to risk crossing the mud river to get to him. I just went around the outskirts, to be honest. I didn't even attempt it, but looked at £3, lovely condition. This will be going to CEX, and I think £7, £8, £9, something like that these days for a 360 controller. So looking to get some money back on that. And then the last thing for this week, this is something I've saved this till last. So this popped up. It was sitting right in front of someone. I couldn't tell if they were looking at this or something else. I was desperate to get my hand in there. And then as soon as I realised he weren't looking at this at all, went in and took this. PSP in pink. Yeah. Well, it did come in a case. I don't know where the case has gone. Just one of those third-party cases. It didn't come with a charger or anything. Came with just this, but I do have a spare charger. But this, they wanted, I asked how much. He just looked and went, £7. I was like, oh, that sounds good. I offered 5 because it's my nature. And yeah, they took it £5. So really, really happy. The only thing I can see with it is a small little chip on the side there. It's just cosmetic. It works fine. I should have charged it. Sorry, I charged it very quickly, turned it on, made sure it worked. And I don't think the batteries last very long on these, to be honest with you. I need to double check it because the one I've got, I know the battery don't last long on. But yeah, lovely condition in pink. So one of the things, I checked this when I was there, pink PSP has got a game in it. Has got a game. Take a guess what game. Let's have a little think. Play amongst yourselves. What do you think's in there? You won't guess it. So with the pink PSP came with Def Jam Fight for New York, the takeover. I love that. I love the fact that this had that game in it. That really made me chuckle. Really happy with that. So got that as well. Got a free little game there. Hope you find a case one day. You never know. But yeah, a pink PSP. Really happy. I've never really got any PSP stuff, and we got a couple good little batch of games the other day. And now this is the. I can't actually remember where I got my PSP from. Either way, this has only been the second one I've ever got. I very rarely get a PSP, especially in pink. But yeah, a lovely pink PSP. I want to keep this. CX give you a good couple quid for it, but I like it. I like this a lot. So yeah, I think I want to keep. So there's a couple of things I want to keep. That being said, moving on, a couple of things I want to keep. Need to get some of this money back, so I'm going to disappear and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so CEX went quite well actually. It went slightly different than how I thought it'd go, but it turned out quite well. So I'm going to start just by saying that this week, what we've seen this week so far, it cost us £21. So let's take £21 off before we get going, and then let's see what we got, shall we? So get the old receipt out as usual. So they gave us £9 for the Xbox 360 controller. They gave us £2 for Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. They gave us 70 pence for that IL2 Sturmo Bird of Prey. They also gave us £2 for The Sims 3. They gave us £3 for Ratatouille. Did have a look at the case. They didn't seem bothered at all. They took a double glance at it. But I noticed when I was in there, I had a quick look at the 360 section, and there does appear to be quite a few weird looking inlays in my local store. So I don't know. Maybe it's a bit more common than I'm aware of. But they also took they gave us £1.50 for that Scooby-Doo from the other week. I thought I'll give it another go. He opened it up. He said, "Oh, that's scratched." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it is." I had a go. And he goes, "We'll run that through the cleaner, see if it works. If I run it through and it looks all right, we'll take it. If not, I'll have to reject it." I mean, what else can you ask? It was one of the first ones he did. Ran it through the cleaner, came back. Yeah, that's fine. Lovely. Usually they charge you about £2, I think it is, to clean it as well. So it was really, really nice of him. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. CEX man. And then the other thing was, I found the Need for Speed just as I was getting all my stuff ready. It was over there. It had a book on top of it that I used for work. So I've obviously took it out when I was checking the discs or whatever. I can't remember doing it, to be honest with you. I remember checking it. I can't remember taking that one out, but it was just sitting over there. So happy days. So they gave us £2 for that. So we found that. So all good. Apart from the only thing, they said no to the PS2 controller. And I kind of get it. It does work. The reason they said no is because this button doesn't have that sort of, I don't know if you can hear it, that sort of, well, it still sounds the same, that sort of click, that sort of feedback. I think just behind here, there's a little tiny bit of rubber that's got like a little circular bit that hits and it gives you that sort of, you see, it feels all right. I think it slid slightly out of place, but I've had that before. I think I might just have to take the back off and just realign the rubber back here, make sure it's still on those runs that it has that go down the side. But they said no to it for that reason, which I can't get, but it does work. So I'll have a go at fixing it. If not, I'll keep hold of that. We got a black Slim the other day, so that has one pad. Worst case scenario, now it's got two. If not, we'll look at this next week. So yeah. So in total then, we got back off that £21.70p. So stick that up there. Worked out, we made 70p. So happy days, we're still doing well with making back what we're spending each week, which is lovely. But what did we get to keep? We got to keep some good stuff here. So we got this 360 controller, just because the back's been open previously. So we're keeping hold of that. Might look to maybe bundle that with the 360 down the line. If not, I'll keep all of that to go again with the black 360 we got the other week as well. So now that's got 2 pads, worst case scenario. So fantastic. Games, we're keeping Fable 2, Game of the Year edition. Brilliant. We're keeping Blood Omen 2. Awesome. We're keeping Call of Duty 2 on the Xbox 360. So I'm going to double check, but I think I've got them all now. So that's really good. I'm happy with that. And we're keeping Sniper Ghost Warrior. So 4 games there, keeping those for free. Really happy with that. I think that's a decent little 4-game bundle there. And we're also going to keep a game. I was looking at a case. Def Jam, Fight for New York, the takeover. I haven't got a case, but we got that there. And as you can probably remember from that, we're also keeping this little beauty. This lovely little thing. This pretty it's so pretty, isn't it? Oh, I think it's great. I'm really at. So yeah, this week I think that's pretty good. We only made 70p, didn't make any voucher, but it's not about making money. We're here to add some quality to our collection for free. And I think that, well, nah, can't keep hold of that. There we go. I mean, yeah, can I hold it all? I love to dry this. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So not about, I'm really happy with this. Some great games to add, some more hardware, cheeky freebie. Happy as Larry. Happy as Larry. Thank you very, very much for staying and just listening to me jabber on again right till the end, just listening to me waffle on. Thank you very, very much for watching. Take care of yourself, guys.